Using nasal naloxone to reverse opioid overdose. Naloxone is a medicine and is also known as Narcan. When someone overdoses on opioids, they stop breathing. Naloxone reverses opioid overdose so they can breathe again. Opioids include drugs like heroin, methadone, Oxycontin, Vicodin, Percocet, codeine, and fentanyl. Naloxone does not reverse overdose from drugs like cocaine, meth, alcohol, or benzodiazepines like Xanax or Valium. Step 1. How do you know if someone is overdosing? There are several signs. Not breathing, or breathing is very slow or shallow. Turning pale, blue, or gray, especially their lips or fingernails. Making snoring, gurgling, or choking sounds. Becoming limp, throwing up, not responding to yelling or other stimulation. The quickest way to see if the person is responsive is to take your knuckles and rub them firmly up and down the person's chest bone. If the person does not respond, check for breathing. Watch their chest to see if it rises and falls. Put your ear near their face to listen and feel for breaths. Step 2. Request medical assistance. If the person does not respond and is not breathing, request medical assistance immediately. There may be complications that need medical attention, or the person may have overdosed on something besides heroin or other opioids. Emergency medical services are critical. Step 3. CPR. Place the heel of one hand over the center of the person's chest. Place the other hand on top of the first hand. Keep your elbows straight with shoulders directly above hands. Use your body weight to push straight down at least 2 inches at a rate of 100 compressions per minute. Give 2 rescue breaths for every 30 compressions. Continue CPR. Step 4. Give naloxone. If the person is still not breathing, it is time to use your naloxone. Peel back the tab with the circle to open the nasal spray. Hold the naloxone with your thumb on the bottom of the plunger and your first and middle fingers on either side of the nozzle. Tilt the person's head back and support their neck with your hand. Gently insert the tip of the nozzle into either nostril until your fingers are against the bottom of the person's nose. Press the plunger firmly to spray the entire dose of naloxone into one nostril. Remove the naloxone from their nostril after giving the dose. Step 5. Resume CPR. It may take several minutes for the naloxone to kick in. Brain damage can occur after 3 to 5 minutes without oxygen. You will need to perform CPR again until the naloxone kicks in. Continue giving CPR until they are breathing on their own or emergency medical services arrive. If the person has not woken up after 3 minutes, give them a second full dose of naloxone. Continue CPR or until emergency medical services arrive. Step 6. Follow up. If the person is dependent on heroin or other opioids, they may go into withdrawal after you give them naloxone. Withdrawal symptoms can include vomiting, diarrhea, sweating, and agitated behavior. This may be unpleasant and dramatic, but it is not life-threatening and only lasts until the naloxone wears off. Tell them that naloxone wears off in 30 to 45 minutes and there are still drugs in their system. Within 90 minutes, the withdrawal effects will be gone. Watch the person for at least an hour or until emergency medical services arrive in case they go back into overdose. When they wake up, keep them calm. Recommend that they seek medical attention and help them if necessary. Do not let them use more heroin or other opioids. The naloxone will block it and they could overdose again once the naloxone wears off. Recovery position. If you have to leave the person at any point, put them in the recovery position. Roll them over slightly on their side. Bend their top knee. Put their top hand under their head to support it. This position should keep them from rolling over onto their stomach or back so they won't choke if they vomit. Risk for opioid overdose. Opioid overdose is most common after taking a break from using them, when mixing drugs, especially combinations of downers like heroin, methadone, or other opioids, alcohol, or benzodiazepines, when someone has been sick, tired, run down, or dehydrated, and when someone uses stronger drugs than usual. Review. If you think someone is overdosing, number 1, check for responsiveness by rubbing your knuckles hard on their chest bone. Number 2, request medical assistance immediately. Number 3, CPR. Number 4, give them a first full dose of naloxone. Number 5, continue CPR. Number 6, give them a second full dose of naloxone if they have not woken up or started breathing. Number 7, after they wake up, monitor them to make sure they do not overdose again. Number 8, put them in the recovery position if you have to leave. Refills. Ask your trainer how to get refills in case you use your naloxone and need more. In Oregon, after you complete basic training on naloxone, it is legal to carry and use it on someone who is overdosing.